warm. Sure. Well, but it never seems to. The people here must be.
Can I take one of you? I said, if I don't show up for like
I gotta get
I should. Yeah, why don't you put a little bit on?
You're going into what grade? Yeah. Okay. Have a good day. See you, Mom.
Bye-bye.
In 1974, his last U.S. concert appearance in New York in 1992. In recent years, George struggled with first throat cancer and then his cause of death, lung cancer, as well as a brain tumor. He also survived an insane fan stabbing attack in his home 2 years ago. And in his hour of sorrow, Sir Paul McCartney has spoken some words of wisdom.
I found out last night, and I'm devastated, obviously, like everyone is. He had a long battle with his cancer. But I saw him a few weeks ago, and he was full of fun, like he always was. He's such a brave lad. To me, he's just my little baby brother. We grew up together, and I knew him in my old hometown, Liverpool. And we just had so many beautiful times together that's what I'm going to remember him by. A lovely guy who's full of humor, as I say, even when I saw him last time, and he was obviously very unwell. He was still cracking jokes like he always was, and he'll be sorely missed. He's a beautiful man, and the world will miss him. So that's really all I can manage to say at the moment. And I'd just like to ask everyone, mainly the media, to be very kind to Olivia and Danny, his wife and son, at this moment when they're going to need a lot of help and support.
Were you able to prepare yourself for this one?
Well, you know, we've known he's been ill for a long time. I think everyone has, but we always hoped that there'd be some miracle happen. But he's, like I say, he's such a brave guy and a beautiful man, and we're all going to miss him.
George Harrison, who told us the farther one travels, the less one really knows, was 58. Reporting live from Washington, James Rosen, Fox News. Back to you guys in New York.
We'll miss him, James, but we have so much to remember him by.
That's true.
Thanks very much, James.
All right, and right now, Rick, a lot of folks remembering George Harrison at New York City's Strawberry Fields, and coming up, we'll take you there live next on Fox News Channel.
Can you guys make any shots?
Evan made one from here. Evan made one. Oh, if you don't make it, guess what we're going to wear? No! No! Stay up. I stay.
Nice shot, Mike.
Thanks.
Can you make a layup?
Yeah. Here.
I scored.
That's my horse around the world or something. Horse? Okay, I go first. No.
Woohoo! You missed!
Dad!
You missed! You scared me.
You guys stink.
Catch it, Matt!
Here!
You missed! Mike, here.
See.
You missed!
Here.
I
Okay,
can
I'll
probably
make it.
score.
Yeah, you
Look
can't
at
even
try.
reach the net.
Score. Yeah. Wait. I'll score.
All right, Jeff made one.
Here, let's see if I
Your
can-
turn, Mike.
Hooray.
Good.
Let me try now. Let me try.
See if Matt can do it.
Oh, try! Oh, big dash!
Swing.
Matt's the best.
Also swing.
Oh, first try! Mike, right here.
Good shot, Mike.
Right here.
Good shot, Mike.
Right here.
I wish he missed.
All right, 2 in a row here. Now it's Matt's turn.
You're gonna get an
I'm
X.
gonna miss. Okay, right here.
Yep.
Oh, Jeff! You messed me up!
Out. Here.
Damn it, X.
No, no.
You missed!
No, this doesn't count. Yeah, wait, Joe. No.
Somebody had I bet you
Why?
Made it!
Why?
We just do. Tommy, come here.
They're going.
Yes! Wait, let me try from there. Under the hoop. It's a surprise. No, I want to try it. Yes, you did.
No.
Jeff! Come here, H-O-R-S. No! H-O. Get H-O-R-S. Yay! You missed! Well done, Jeff. Wait, do the two. Well done, Jeff.
Nice shot, Mike.
You scored! I made sure the mic on me. You remember? I made it from here and you couldn't make it. Remember? I was the first one to make a swoosh from right here. Oh, you scored! What a heat! They want us to come over. Starting now? Oh! Oh, God, stop. Okay. Oh, no, I don't want to lose my shit. Don't you see?
Somebody jump up and get it.
Wait. Here, I'm going to push me up. No. Oh, no! Woo! Yeah, you got it.
Somebody's going to be in trouble.
Pass. He was part of the most influential music group ever, the Quiet Beatle, whose talent said it all. Tonight, the death, the legacy of George Harrison. The war. U.S. Marines dig in tonight in Afghanistan as American bombers pound a Taliban stronghold. We're on the ground with the latest. Anthrax. Tonight, new questions about the safety of the mail as more traces turn up not far from where a Connecticut...
Brian Williams.
Good evening. For those who were around when they were changing how music was made, it is hard to believe that tonight there are only 2 surviving members of the Beatles. George Harrison has died in Los Angeles of lung cancer that spread to his brain. And as if to remind us all of the effect the group had on the world, fans around the world today formed spontaneous memorials, and they continue as we look at them now tonight in places like Strawberry Fields here in New York and Central Park, Abbey Road in London, made famous by the Beatles, and the Walk of Fame in Hollywood, California. And so we begin tonight with a look back. Here is NBC's Bob Faw.
He was the youngest Beatle, the most skilled with an instrument, arguably the most stylish, and easily the quietest.
That, I think, was a large part of his talent. He knew how to play his role perfectly.
The quiet Beatle was born 58 years ago in Liverpool, where his father drove a bus, and it was on a school bus Harrison met Paul McCartney, becoming lead guitarist first with McCartney's Quarrymen, which became Johnny and the Moondogs, and ultimately the incomparable Beatles.
In the beginning, George's work was kind of tolerated. Oh, yes, we must have a George song in this thing. It's kind of saying, well, it's not going to be as good as the others, but we'll let him have it on, which was terribly unfair.
The Beatles didn't just bring swinging London into an America of crew cuts and braces. They ignited frenzies wherever they went and revolutionized pop music.
George was absolutely crucial to the Beatles' makeup, as crucial as John and Paul and Ringo.
But there was always tension, sometimes not creative, and that screaming Beatlemania made George Harrison recoil.
And the kind of furor that surrounded the Beatles scared him.
America was staggered then, the Soviets ahead in the race to the moon, a young president brutally slain. But the Beatles soared, with Harrison overshadowed by the songwriting genius of McCartney and Lennon and the antics of Ringo's Starr.
I thought I'm quite capable of being relatively happy on my own, and I'm not able to be happy in this situation. You know, I'm getting out of it.
Which he did, launching a solo career, also embracing Eastern mysticism and Indian music.
A lot of his music was devoted to trying to convert people, not banging the drum so much, but just saying, you know, if you open your eyes wider, you can see it.
My sweet love.
A few, like My Sweet Lord, rose to the top of the charts, but his career slumped in the mid-70s. Critics complaining the songs were too preachy, even sanctimonious.
He really firmly believed that the soul was the most important thing of all. And he often said, you know, what are we here for? We've got to find out.
As America tried to put down riots in its cities and stop the hemorrhaging in Vietnam, Harrison ventured to faraway trouble spots like Bangladesh, making music. Wherever he went, though, he could never escape what he had become.
The thing is, try to be just an ordinary person and play a few tunes, but they won't let you do that.
Occasionally, he would make recordings or invest in movies, but mostly he withdrew to this 100-room mansion 25 miles from London, where in 1999 a deranged intruder stabbed him repeatedly. And all the while, the Beatle mystique grew. This class on the group at Northwestern University is the school's most requested ever.
Genius seemed to have come easy for John Lennon and Paul McCartney. They just wrote songs, beautiful songs, right from the very beginning. And George had to work at it.
Working at it in such a way, today he was remembered by the ordinary, by a prime minister, and his peers.
He's such a brave guy and a beautiful man, and we're all going to miss him.
The quiet Beatle, who was always heard.
Still my guitar gently weep.
Bob Faw, NBC News, Washington.
We will have more on George Harrison's life and...
Attaboy, Will.
Here, the ball. Get the ball, Will. Get the ball. Set. Come on, boy. Really, really.